Hi, Haytham. This is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-Step System to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you had a specific question, I think, based on the last test that you took. And these are exactly the kinds of questions that you want to ask because this is how you get better. So you reviewed your TOEFL score report and you say, you might want to say, while I am reviewing my last score sheet, I noticed that probably I had a weakness in elaboration of ideas or connection of ideas that could have been stronger. Okay, so let me tell you what you can do. You say, from your deep perspective, is there a way to improve that particular point? Yes, there is. There's two things. Number one, with the connection of ideas, that means that you need to connect the beginning, the middle, the end. All of the ideas in your speech need to be connected together, or in the case of writing is the same thing. Now, I would recommend my TOEFL speaking lesson number 7. I think that goes over 4 specific techniques that you can employ to connect your ideas better. That would be my suggestion to help you with that. Now, another suggestion to help you with connecting your ideas together would be, in the speaking part of my course, I do have, I think it's speaking lesson number 2. And again, I have some specific suggestions of how you can create sharply focused thesis statements to help organize your ideas together better. So I would also suggest that you check that out. Now also, in the writing portion, Haytham, of my online course, I think the first 1 or 2 lessons, the lessons that talk about thesis statements, you can also review those because that's also very, very important in terms of connecting your ideas together, because if you have a good thesis in the beginning, then it's much easier to connect everything else. So that would be some of my suggestions there. Now, elaboration of ideas, now that's different. I look at that as being different. Elaboration of ideas means you have to have some good examples to support some of your generalizations. You can't just talk in general terms. Now, this is a little more complicated because it's partly based on your vocabulary. So I think to strengthen, your abilities to elaborate more, that means you have to have very good vocabulary, precise, specific vocabulary to help explain your ideas. So you can improve in this area by reviewing my vocabulary lessons, specifically vocabulary lesson number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. In those lessons, you learn over 1,700 vocabulary words, and if you have a good vocabulary base, you're more likely to be able to elaborate on any ideas that you might be bringing up in the speaking or the writing portions of the TOEFL IBT. So I think you could improve in those 2 areas by following some of my suggestions right now. All right. Now, also with elaboration of ideas, I have one more suggestion. Try to spend some time each day reading. Read magazines, read newspapers, and maybe books. Try to stay current with current events and things. And that way, when you're doing the TOEFL speaking or the independent writing section of the exam, you'll be easier to bring in ideas from your own experience. So I think reading current events on a regular basis is also a way to improve your elaboration of ideas. So that would be some of my suggestions to help you with what you said. All right?